There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another random DOS game show. And that's Virgin Publishing with Probe. And this is Overlord. And I'm playing the MT32 version because I have a pathological need to tell you the soundtrack. Why can't you just shut up about the soundtrack, Lawnie? Oh, look at this. There's some kind of cosmic being in the clouds, and he's gazing into some sort of probe, you could say, but, you know, the more common parlance would be orb. And he's blowing it all away. This is Overlord, as I'd previously mentioned. I think that's the entire intro. Lovely, lovely theme. Virgin Mastertronic proudly presents. Is this just gonna loop? Oh no, a different title screen. And that was a thing. You had multiple title screens from various people. I can imagine a group of artists complaining bitterly, being like, no, my title screen is better. No, mine is. We'll stick them both in. Lovely theme. Right. Oh, Brian O'Sloughnessy. I've seen him before. So is this a port? Oh, so we've got mouse control. We've got some nice colours. So we have... Oh, that font. That font is not helping. This is a common problem with science fiction fonts. The kerning is off, which makes it difficult to determine what's actually being seen here. So, I'm trying to select with the mouse, because there is a cursor here, but it's not doing much. I shall attempt to use keys. No, I guess I'll just challenge him. Terminal security code confirmation. Refer to your training manual. Type in the following. What if I just mash the keys? Okay. Cross-check analysis complete. Logging on. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Some very good and interesting design here. Okay. Music and effects by David Whittaker. So, of course, I said the theme was good. We've run into Mr. Whittaker as well as Mr. O'Sloughnessy before. Enemy presence registered. Okay. So, this is a lot to take in, isn't it? My goodness. But, of note here, it appears to be occurring in real time. You can see the date there, in the futuristic year of 2010. So if I hit pause, yes, that appears to have paused it. But, crucially, it looks to have paused the entire game. I'm not sure I can do much here. No, I can't access the map or graphs or anything. So it's not real time with pause. It's like just a pause button should you happen to go away from the computer. So if we unpause that, we'll do what Lawnie does best. We shall hit random buttons. Scanning databank. So this is the Starbase. More messages. Alright, so if it doesn't get through the whole scroll, you can hit that thing on the side and it will print out more messages. So let's hit the graph. Oh, right. So what we've got here looks to be a sort of 4X-y kind of science fiction thing. So Starbase is essentially our star, and this is very interesting. Look at the date. It's real time even in the menus. So this is some sort of real time 4X style game. And this allows us to cycle through the various ships and stuff like that. And you can change the tax rate and military strength and so on. And you just right click to get out of that. Okay. So let's hit this. Carries 4. Right. So our star base, our planetary system, is 61,000 credits. And we can buy a B-29. I feel like I've heard that classification before. B-29 battle cruiser. So, yeah, why not? Hit return if name is okay. So we can change the name, but let's not. Okay, so we've bought a battle cruiser. And we can cycle through the various things that we can buy. Generates food supplies when running on surface. And you have 0, or 0 you have. So it's a horticultural station. And then there's... I'm liking these little animations. Very nice. It generates fuels and minerals when running on surface. Okay. Generates new living planets from lifeless ones. So it's like a terraformer of sorts. So we can right click out of that. So that button is the let's purchase all the things button. Let's see now. We've got Battle 1 is in Docking Bay on Starbase. So that's like a ship manifest. And oh, it's complicated, isn't it? Let's see. Docking Bay to planet surface transference system. So if we had stuff, we could presumably, send it to the planet and so on. I am barely scratching the surface of this. This is one of those ones where you would need a good old read of the manual. You need an atmosphere processor. Yes, that was the processing thing in order to get the planet terraformed. Okay. Platoon. First platoon. Right. So we can get our civilians to become cadets in our various platoons with a series of troops. Right? I feel like that was a notification there. Then we'll ship those platoons onto the ship and then send it. Incoming translated message. Carbon unit, if you continue to train troops, you shall break the Sub-Alliance Treaty. Red Phase 3 activated. WOTOC. Used just in the atmosphere processor is now finished and available. Sweet. I didn't know we were building one. So, our enemy, WOTOC, the guy we chose at the start, we're in a fragile alliance or peace treaty with him currently. But as soon as we start building militarily, then that changes. I wish I knew about this system here. Let's get that info. Right, that we've done that before. So that's Starbase. Right. So you cycle through the various planets. The enemy base is at the top of the map. And the other planets leading to us, it's like in a sort of vertical line. Huh. I could probably get to grips with this after an hour or two of just playing around. My one concern would be it's in real time. It's got that sort of 4X style to it, but notoriously, I don't mean this to disparage them because I was a 4X player in the ancient past. We're talking 30 years ago. But they like taking their time with decisions, with things like that. So a real-time with pause, but not really a real-time with pause system might cause some problems there because you can't be slow and deliberate in your pacing because you've got an enemy here who is probably doing things as I'm sat here waffling. So let's have a look at this. We've got our food is going way down because obviously our planet is consuming all the food. We could die of starvation within the first 10 minutes. That'd be good. What's this? Oh, we've seen that, haven't we? Yes. Oh, listen to that. You got enough reverb on those snare hits? My goodness. So, we have 0, the enemy is 0, but again, we don't know. I don't think there's a kind of fog of war thing going on, because if we scroll up to the enemy base here, it's classified. Access denied. This planet does not belong to you. Yes. I can't look up the details. Cannot spy on your own stars. So, if we go there, no spies on this dead star. Well, I take it there's no spies on the enemy planet. Oh, wait. There we go. Spy information costs. So, if we wanted to select what it is we, wanted to know about the enemy, we could then do that. Aborted. And presumably this is, yes, new load save. Huh. That's quite intriguing. It's quite intriguing. Let's see if we can send a ship out. See if I can figure that out. Right. It would be really be nice if there was mouse over tooltip, but you've got to remember, this is 1990. So this predates civilization. This predates Dune 2 and the likes in terms of, interface. So it's actually, for what it is for the time period, it's actually quite nice. So Battle 1 is in Docking Bay, but we don't have any troops on our first battleship. So total strength is 0. We have to train up some of those troops. So first platoon, we've got 121,000 credits. So let's get 100 troops. Train. Is that training? Go back. I think that's what it's doing, 12%. So you have to wait. Obviously, you can't just immediately train troops, but it's building and training in real time, like it would in an RTS. But again, other than maybe Herzog's Vi, this predates RTS. Huge electromagnetic storm has swept across the galaxy, affecting equipment. I like the little thing at the start. So this also indicates various problems and issues that might arise over the course of the game. So, we've no food. So, it's... right. You can move stuff to the ship and stuff. But, let's see. You need an atmosphere processor. I probably should have bought one of those right at the beginning. I'm getting sidetracked here. Because I literally have 0 food now. The populace will be dying. But it's okay. We're going to send off an elite troop of 100 people, unarmed, to this planet. Rank 2-star general. Does that mean we're training those troops? As in, they're becoming really good, and by 100% they'll be incredible? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe Lawnie should have read the manual. Let's see. We need to change the hold. Right. Battle 1. Docking bay to planet surface transference system. Right. I'm just clicking random buttons at this point. Right. Battle 1 is on the surface of Starbase. Now, is there a way... There must be a way to transfer the troops to the battleship. Okay, 100%. They're 5-star generals. They're unequipped, but let's not worry about that. Select a bay. Oh, that didn't sound good, did it? Right. There must be a way to move Oh, I just have to do that again. Change your aggression, soldier. Right. I'm going to leave it here. Not because it's a bad game. It looks quite intriguing, but because it's one of those games where I'm going to need a manual. You don't need me clicking around for 5 more minutes to determine what it is or what it does, because it's one of those where you do need to actually sit down and read and have a little look at it. And I'm sorry in advance for all the copious amounts of Overlord fans who will come to me in the comments and say, no, Lawnie, you should have clicked this, you should have done this. They hadn't standardized the way that screens worked in terms of interface. And because of that, it's one of the joys, and it's also one of the problems with a lot of people trying to get into DOS games. Each game had its own take on how things should work. And Overlord didn't really have much of a blueprint to go on. So this was Probe Entertainment's attempt at creating some kind of real-time 4X, possibly RTS strategy game, but without having many precursors to go on. It looks interesting, but ultimately it's one of those where I do have to spend a few hours with it in order to determine whether this is the greatest game of all time or if it's completely unplayable. I suspect being in real time will work against it, but I'm not going to find out within such a short space of time. One of the downsides of a show, I guess. And if you like us talking about random DOS games, we do it all the time. Feel free to check out the other videos from the other guys. There's some quite good ones coming out lately. If you like what you see there, you can always subscribe. So yeah, again, I should have read the manual before this. I didn't really scratch the surface, but it looks interesting. Looks up my street. It's a shame my brain wasn't on today. Until next time.